There comes a moment in every leader's journey where the pressure becomes real. Deadlines are stacking, expectations are rising, and people are constantly testing your patience. Problems are erupting faster than you feel like you can solve them. And so your emotions are saying you have to react now, but you know that one reaction can impact your influence, your reputation, and the trust that you have built with your teams. Hi, my name is Arzu Azim, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I help leaders understand the roadblocks that are holding them back from being the best leaders that they can be. I uncover the psychology, the emotions, and the impact that they're having within themselves and how they can work on that moving forward for their teams. In today's episode, we will explore the most important leadership skill when it comes to high pressure situations, and that is navigating your own emotions. Because sometimes even great leaders, when they're feeling stressed out, overwhelmed, or frustrated, they might react in ways that they didn't want to. And that reaction can really impact the next step that happens with their team, what the relationship's going to look like with them, and how people feel around that leader. As a leader, I'm sure you've had moments where team members have challenged your decision-making in front of others, and this made you feel like you had to defend yourself. Or a project falls apart last minute and you feel the need to have to fix it in order for things to go well. You wake up stressed before the day even starts because you feel like you have to constantly put out fires with everything that's going to come your way. And these are the moments where incredible leaders make big mistakes, because how you handle a situation, how you show up, the emotions that you use in those moments make a difference on how your team is going to feel moving forward when mistakes come up. Are they going to clam up and feel, I can't express this problem because my leader is going to react in the way that they did last time? Are they going to feel worried? Are they going to feel like they're going to make a mistake, so I might as well hide it? You really want to take a step back and look at, how are my reactions going to impact them? And how are my reactions going to impact me long term? Research shows that leaders with low emotional intelligence are 4 times more likely to lose top talent. 70% of employees state that their job satisfaction is correlatively linked to their manager's emotional stability. Not their strategy or their intelligence, but their emotional control. Anyone can stay calm when things are going well. Emotional control doesn't matter when business is good, when people are listening to you and you have time to think. Your real leadership is measured when you're under pressure, because pressure doesn't build character, it reveals it. When a leader shows panic during change, the whole team feels fearful. When a leader expresses anger, the whole team shuts down and gets defensive. And when a leader shuts down emotionally, the team loses trust. So before you want to lash out, react, or shut down, you might want to ask yourself this question. What message would my emotions be sending to them right now? Is it going to move us forward, or is it going to push us backward? Everyone's reaction when it comes to things that are frustrating them is very different. So as a leader, you might have a team member that comes up to you and tells you a problem that just happened. And your number one reaction is, let me solve it for them. Let me fix the problem. Let me get things going. Maybe that's your way of handling it. Now, how do you think your way of wanting to solve the problem is going to impact them moving forward? Let's say you solve it this time, you want to fix it, and the next time something comes up, they're going to come to you, because now that is what I typically do. I come to them and they fix it for me. And when you have that pattern of habit where my leader is going to solve it for me, you're going to always have to be the person that they go to. Now, if, let's say, instead of you trying to solve it, you react of, why did you do it this way? Why didn't you do it that way? We have already talked about this before. That can make your team member clam up and feel like, because I've made a mistake, I don't know how to handle these moments on my own. So since my leader wants me to do it a specific way, if I don't do it that exact way, I'm going to get in trouble. And that can sometimes freeze somebody. Number 1, start with the 90-second rule. Most emotional reactions only last 90 seconds. After that, we keep the emotion alive by fueling it with thoughts. So your job isn't to stop the emotion. Your job is to stop the thoughts from continuously having those feelings and keeping it longer than you should. Take 90 seconds to just breathe and let the chemical reaction just pass. It sometimes helps when you go to a different room, a different environment, maybe go for a walk, grab a cup of water, or just kind of get out of the environment that you're in that's maybe making you frustrated. Sometimes I have clients who get up, go outside, and just allow themselves to let go of the situation and come back to it at a different time. This is obviously not a new concept, and what I'm saying is not groundbreaking or different, but it's just a reminder that we sometimes need to have of we might want to react because we're thinking of all these different things that could go wrong and we just want to solve the problem, or we want to say something to that person. But the reality is you can still say what you feel like you need to say after you have taken time to really let it marinate and come back at the problem in a different way. Because have you ever had someone come to you with a problem and they just react really quickly, whether it was your partner, your friend, your coworker, your boss, and they come at it in a way where they are attacking you? Instead of you understanding what they're trying to say, you're now feeling like you have to defend yourself. And you're feeling like they're not hearing your perspective or understanding why you did what you did or why it happened that way. That's the exact situation that happens when we aren't realizing that because we're trying to fix this issue as a leader, they're feeling like they did something wrong, or they're attacked, or they're not getting their perspective met. Number 2, take time to label your emotions. Unidentified emotions become uncontrolled behaviors. When you're not able to understand the emotions that you're feeling and you shut it down by saying, I'm fine, or ignore it and put it to the side, the behaviors are still going to be reactive subconsciously in some way or another. So if, let's say, you tell your coworker that you're totally fine and it doesn't impact you, how you show up in a conversation later with them, when they say something or do something that upsets you, you have this subconscious reminder of there's all these other feelings that I have toward you that I haven't really unpacked myself. So no matter what you say or how you say it, I'm going to show up differently toward you. I had a client who felt like their colleague just didn't like them. So how they show up was they were very short. They were distant. There were times where they didn't even want to have a conversation with that coworker because in their head, they had this idea, they don't like me, so why try? And that, the way that they showed up made their coworker also feel like, well, they're being distant with me. I don't know what I did wrong. So now they're both playing this dance without really communicating or understanding what it is that they were feeling. And that led to months and months of them just ignoring each other, being cold toward each other, and being very distant. And that really impacted their project. So when we sat down and we unpacked it, they realized that their own behavior for how they were showing up was also adding to the problem. Going back to number 2, where you should label your emotions, research shows that when you're able to label the emotions that you're feeling, it reduces it by 40% of intensity. So by saying things like, I'm feeling frustrated because of X, Y, and Z, this is impacting me in X, Y, and Z ways, is better than I'm fine, I'm not feeling anything. Number 3, after you've taken a step back to really think and you've labeled the emotions that you're feeling, I want you to ask yourself these 3 questions. What outcome do I actually want? What response would move us forward? And what response would move us backward? Is this emotion useful, or is it just loud? By taking the time to ask yourself these questions, you're able to really dissect, what is it that I want from this? What am I actually feeling? Is this something that I really need to work on and communicate with them or myself? Or is this something that I'm just feeling? It's very loud emotion and I need to kind of let this pass. Number 4, I want you to turn the pressure into a purpose. Pressure can sometimes feel like a threat, but if you can turn the pressure into, what is the reasoning behind this? And let me take something that might feel really heavy and frustrating into something that can actually help me grow as a person, as a leader, as a team member. Let's do that. Instead of saying, why is this happening? You can ask yourself, what can I learn from this situation? Think of a leader in your life, or maybe someone that you look up to, and ask yourself, how would they handle this situation? What would they do if they were in my place? And number 5, I want you to be very aware of the language that you're using and how that's impacting your thoughts, your behaviors, and how that's coming off to the rest of the team. So if you say things like, this is a disaster, you're going to internally view what's happening as a huge problem that you just can't get past, versus saying something like, here's what we can control right now, and here is the beauty in having this problem. Saying things like, I don't have time for this, versus let's make this a priority and let's focus on what we can control. Or who messed this up, versus saying, what is the root cause of this problem?